Hello, I'm Sam.
I'm Jack. You're listening to Morgan Richards on Radio Cardiff.
You are.
Hey, I'm Morgan Richards from Radio Cardiff from 98.7 FM, and I'm very pleased to say that I'm backstage at the CF10 music venue here at Cardiff University. I'm joined by a band who over this last year have made incredible strides in the music industry, taking notice as of course UK's and Yorkshire's finest heavy hitters, and just like their band, they're both weird and wonderful. So of course the lovely Jack and Sam of Marmozets.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hey guys, you right?
Yes, very well, thank you. How are you?
Not so bad, thanks.
Yeah. I'm full of cold actually.
Oh.
But yeah, it's kind of sad.
I'm not.
He's not somehow, but the rest
Well,
of
the
us
thing
feel
is,
ill
I
today.
don't take medication, so my immune system is like dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's found a loophole in medication.
I looped that hole.
He looped it. He saw the hole and he looped it. Yeah.
So besides from that, things are good?
Yes, everything's fantastic. Really excited for the show tonight, as always. It's been a really good tour so far. I think the turn up and the crowd's been pretty solid. Yeah, really
First two
exciting.
dates were sold out. Last night was really busy.
Nice to see. It's been a big sort of step up from the last time we were. Well, if we think back to the last time we played in Cardiff, it's been massively weird. Even just with the album coming out and everything, people really latched onto it all. Seem to be digging it, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, awesome to hear. So of course there's only one real place to start with you guys, and that's the fact that over the last week I've seen you finally release a long-awaited and highly anticipated debut full-length studio album, The Weird and Wonderful Marmozets, on the Roadrunner Records, after working extremely hard over the last 6 and 7 years as a band to get to this point, and without a doubt having a mind-blowing few months surrounding the release. It must just be an incredible feeling now to have the record out and seeing all this massive response flying in after all the hard work you guys have put into making it.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a long and hard process getting the album actually done in the end, but you know, it's one of those things where the songs we've had them for, well,
Wow.
when did we start recording? We started demoing it
Halfway
before
through
November.
2013, yeah.
Just before November, so and we actually started in December. You know, it's been a wait for everyone collectively, and sort of I think for us it's not frustrating, but it's one of those things when you record you want to get it out as soon as you can. Take your time with it. We've just been told take your time with it. It'll all be cool. Get it out, and it's definitely been worth the wait. Definitely, because I think if we released it earlier on in the day or whatever, it'd have been not as good a response just through radio play and stuff like that. We're mega happy to finally have it out and actually be able to play the songs and people know them, and do you know what I mean, rather than just playing a set of random songs. It's like really nice in that aspect to have it out finally.
Okay, well, awesome to hear. And as you guys mentioned there, you finished recording the album back at the beginning of the year and spent quite a bit of time working on it, getting everything perfect down to a T. Because with some of your previous material on your first two EPs, you guys have always said that you wanted to do stuff a little bit differently, and with it being your first full, then make sure you can do the best material you can actually produce.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's taken it will with anyone. People that say don't like the album as much that have been fans previously, whatever, being like, oh, it's nothing like your two EPs, it's a lot more stripped back and stuff. But then in response to that, you'd think, well, like say Will was like 14 when we recorded those. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you're obviously going to mature in sound, and sort of like your sound will change because you learn more about it just through touring and stuff. But
It's always just been a progress, you know.
it's like sort of progressed from then, I guess. So we're happy with the sound that it's come out with, though, definitely.
And it goes without saying that the record is certainly a riff galore, but I have to say, we've listened to it, especially for the first time, it goes a lot of places you wouldn't normally expect, having a lot of in-your-face, straight-up dirty rock anthems with incredible choruses and beautiful ballads as well, but with some tracks that start off one way and completely end up differently.
Yeah, there was another song that actually didn't go on the album in the end that we had written, that Make You Dance one. And that again, I don't know why I'm talking about a song that's not on the album, but it was
Exactly
like
the same.
It's like the same thing where it starts off really pretty mellow. We're sort of like punchy.
No,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
it's
then
still-
the end of it just like abrupts, completely different song. It's a bit like say Cry on the album, I guess. It goes into that sort of quite progressive riff in the sort of just after the middle eight or whatever, and it starts off like really soft with piano and stuff. But that's sort of what we're about. We are unpredictable, and we want it to be like that.
Yeah.
I think it then makes you want to listen to it again, cause you try and work it out and sort of see where it goes and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Trying to understand it. It's partly why people like music in the first place, isn't it? It's because you sort of know what's going to come up next or whatever, and you're sort of like, yes. It's like mentally pleasing for you when it does. So when it doesn't, it's a bit like, oh, it's not everyone's cup of tea. But then when you listen back to it again, it's like, get it now.
Yeah.
You're always a grower, but yeah.
And as you've just recently mentioned there, musically you've come a long way since the release of the first two EPs, getting that experience of songwriting and knowing what you wanted to do this time around and do different things, having owned them on that record and doing things that you've never really done before, especially Becca with her vocals, doing a lot of different range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to test out like a few different ideas and stuff. I mean, she's got an amazing balance with her voice. You know, she can be really aggressive, really soft and stuff like that. And it's like, why not? If she can do all those things, why not? You know, try and and fit it all into this. But I think that's what we did, you know. There's some really aggressive vocals, and then there's some like really chilled out ones, you know, and stuff like that. And just, if she's really good at both, then you're using both, you know.
It's like, it's like I was going back to what I was saying before, where for us, like, we've had this material for so long, so for us it doesn't seem weird, do you know what I mean? And people just first hearing it, like, oh, it seems like a huge change, but we've sort of been that band for over a year, do you know what I mean? It's like, but it is still really nice to hear, obviously. Even through that year, her vocals have definitely progressed as well, and there's some mental notes on there that she's hitting. Like, we just sat while she's recording it, it's like, whoa. Sounds cool. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Oh, well, awesome to hear. And it's no secret that from all this support surrounding the record, you've had a real astonishing and groundbreaking year so far, pretty much touring everywhere and playing some of the biggest festivals in the UK and Europe and really taking them by storm and making a name for yourselves. But it's important to say that you guys haven't just come out of nowhere, because as I mentioned, you spent the last 6 or 7 years working very hard, playing any show that you could really get on, and tours come a long way, really deserving to be where you are today.
Well, thank you, firstly, but it is one of those things where it's like, we know that it takes time, and we sort of feel like, because we know that it sort of helped us in that way, like, we're in no rush to get anywhere. It's quite cool that we've been together for so long to say that we're still, like, we're 21, so we've still got time on our hands, and we know that, so we're in no rush to, like, think, oh, you know, we need to hurry up or whatever, or need to get to the next level, because we've done like 5 years as a band without doing a tour, or even playing outside of Leeds, just doing complete local shows and stuff like that, just sort of how it is really around there. I mean, it's sort of weird then going straight from doing that into like constant touring. So like this year has been mental on it, and last year was as well. This year's just been like completely non-stop, but we're living it. It's great, a lot of fun.
Okay, well, awesome, because when we really way to go up is to keep working hard and improving at both individuals and the band, because I remember when you guys used to play small shows in Cardiff supporting the likes of the Astro Boys and
Power the Hero it was, wasn't it, on that tour,
and playing an empty room where everyone's still coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, things change out there. I mean, it takes a while to build a really I mean, a fan base, like, you know, you can get a fan base like that, but like a true fan base takes time, and that's what we've got. I mean, fans are wicked. I mean, like, there's gonna be like 300 people coming tonight. It's like sick. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like Scala as well. Like, that's sold out now. That's like 800 people, and then there's like 100 on our guest list and stuff. There's gonna be it's just progressing every single day, you know. And we've only just released our album as well, so it's still, when that's out for a bit, obviously more and more people are going to pick up on it and stuff. So
Yeah. Of course. But with all that in mind, and when you look back on this year you've had and touring the globe and everything with that, it must be quite surreal to think about what you've achieved just recently in a small period of time, and it's only really the start.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
definitely.
really, technically.
A lot of people don't class yourself as like a proper band until they've got a full-length record out. So I guess, you know, just started here. It's sort of, it could go two ways. It could be like a pressure thing where you think, oh, we've worked so hard up to this first album, and now we've got to, you know, people are asking for a second one already and stuff like that, and we're sort of like sick. Can't wait to start writing again and doing it all over again. And I think we enjoy doing it so much that it just makes it so much easier. Do you know what I mean? We've never done it to intend to be able to tour all over the world, whatever. We've just grown up doing it and loved doing it since. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of gone our way, I guess.
Okay.
So album 2 coming soon.
Banging.
Awesome.
Maybe too soon to say that, yeah.
Mate, I would happily release an album at the end of next year. I don't know about you, wouldn't you? I'd love it. I'd love to, but yeah, obviously it's not really going to happen. But
don't have burnt out too quickly, like.
Okay, well, fair enough. And with the record, as I've mentioned, you've had some brilliant responses, especially with some of the singles you've released so far, such as Why Do You Hate Me and Moo Shake Hide, doing so well and winning a lot of new fans over. But one track I actually wanted to talk to you about from the album is Cover Up, because that track is actually about people using appearances to sell records, and especially with having Becca as a female vocalist is something that you guys are completely against. But you've actually done it in a very clever way, because it's not having to go at someone, it's just to say that this is not what you guys are about.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those things. It wasn't genuinely wrote for that. It was just one of those things where we kind of just made up an excuse for it and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, cover up. I mean, you can mean something completely differently.
Okay.
I don't even know. But yeah, it's kind of
fitting.
It fits
because it's sort of, I think the time that the album has come out, it is in a sort of era where you feel like major sort of pop artists are just basically taking the clothes off and getting famous through doing that, rather than actually releasing a song that you can remember.
Music. Yeah.
So I guess it is kind of like that now, about that now, anyway.
Yeah.
Not that it was initially supposed to be, but I guess it's sort of, you find that with a lot of our songs, we don't really have a meaning to them straight away, and then you sort of find one after,
Okay.
and you're like, yeah, weird.
That's a good way of putting it.
Backwards.
That's exactly what I was just trying to explain, but he just said it perfectly.
Backwards lyric writing. Write these, and we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
And another thing to do with that track, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I actually understand that you actually have a smooth jazz version of that recorded somewhere.
Yeah.
You've got some inside information there, which is very
How on
impressive.
earth did you know that?
That's funny. We basically did we just did it in rehearsal once. In our rehearsals like chaos because we just basically muck about, and we'll do like a serious thing. We'll go through the set seriously, and then after that we'll have like say 4 hours to rehearse. And the last hour is just us being idiots basically. We did like a proper jazz version of Cover Up. We were gonna do it as like recording in like B.
We've got like a rough recording of it, but like it's so funny. It sounds amazing.
All right. So
Sounds really
It's
good.
hilarious how much it actually sounds like jazz.
Sounds like a jazz hit. Like if we were like, you know, signed to like Decca Records or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would do really well.
Yeah, I might do a jazz album at some point.
Yeah.
Why not?
So maybe on the next record we can expect a bonus disc full of jazz versions of new material.
We were tempted to do something like that, weren't
Yeah,
we?
we were
It's like
going to
a
do
one-off.
that, but we didn't.
No.
Yeah.
So not many of our fans will probably like jazz, so yeah. Oh well.
And now just a couple more things, guys, before you go. As I've mentioned, you've had a great year surrounding the release of the record, where you've pretty much been touring non-stop after a headline tour over here in the UK in April, playing some of the biggest festivals across Europe, Glastonbury, Download, Reading and Leeds, and even the Warped Tour over in America. But now you guys are continuing that with this co-headline tour with your very good friends in Lonely the Brave, and then you'll be heading out to America next month as well.
Yes, going out with Issues, who we met on Warped and got on with them really well. Did like a boat party show with them as well, which was really weird. It should be a good show. It's going to be one of those tours where it'll be like similar to when we first came here with Young Guns, completely unknown, new crowd every night, but you've got an amazing opportunity of playing in front of like over 1,000 people every night. So even if like 10% of the crowd every night, we're there for a month, so even if it's just Facebook likes, a bit of buzz online, it's like if 100 people from every crowd, you end up with like, well, it's like 5,000 more likes on Facebook or something by the end of the tour. It's sort of one of those things, just building a bit of a name for yourself, getting a bit of buzz. May have heard us from Warped and stuff as well, so we'll be like, oh yeah, we'll check those guys out.
And then to top the year off touring, you guys are going to be extremely busy after that, right up until the end of the year. We're going to be going out across the UK and Europe with the absolute legends who are Taking Back Sunday. I'm sure you guys are extremely excited to be playing those shows.
Yeah. Like,
I've never been a massive Taken Back Sunday fan, to be fair. There's a couple of tracks that I know and I like, so I've heard they're good and stuff, and they've been told that they're really, really great guys as well, so that's going to be a laugh.
Okay.
definitely looking forward to that. Actually be able to, because I've never seen them live or anything like that. I've heard they're amazing live, so it'd be one of those things where I imagine it's one of those tours where we'll watch them first time and be like, why haven't we listened to this band? Like, do you know what I mean? It'd be one of those, but I think it's quite nice doing that sometimes, because then it's better to be sort of level-headed about stuff like that, because if we were, like, say, insane fanboys of them or whatever, you get on there and you might treat the tour a bit differently. It's sort of, you wouldn't see it as just on the tour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, well that's about it. Cheers guys for taking time out of your schedule to have a quick chat with me.
No worries.
No worries at all.
Thank you.
No worries. Good luck with the show tonight and the rest of the tours you've got planned for the end of the year, and hopefully I can catch up with you guys again very soon.
Yes.
Wicked.
Thank you.
Cheers.